Have you ever felt strange after your first glass of water in the morning? Maybe bloated, lightheaded, or even a little queasy and just thought, well, I guess that's what getting older feels like? You're not alone. Mr. Henry, a 72-year-old retired librarian, used to start each day with a big gulp of ice-cold water. It was a habit he'd had for years. But lately, something felt off. His stomach tightened, his hands felt cold, and a wave of dizziness would hit him before breakfast. At first, he brushed it off. Just age, he told himself. But what if it wasn't? The truth is, our bodies change with time quietly, gently, and sometimes in ways we don't even notice right away. The routines that once gave us energy may now be draining it, especially something as seemingly harmless as the way we drink water in the morning. Today, this video will show you 5 common mistakes many older adults make when drinking waters in the morning, and with just a few simple adjustments, you can start feeling more energized, more comfortable, and more in tune with your body. These tips aren't complicated, and they're not about giving up anything. They're about honoring where your body is now and giving it what it truly needs. If that sounds like something you'd like to explore, take a moment to hit the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. This is a space where we share warm, useful, and empowering guidance to help you age with strength, clarity, and grace. Now let's begin, and perhaps like Mr. Henry, you'll discover that one small change in your morning glass of water could make a big difference in how you feel all day long. Mistake number 1, drinking ice-cold water on an empty stomach. Have you ever taken a sip of ice-cold water right after waking up, thinking it would help wake you up and get you going? Maybe it felt refreshing. Maybe it seemed like the perfect way to start your day. But if you've ever felt a strange tightness in your stomach, a chill that lingered in your chest, or even lightheadedness afterward, you're not imagining things. That cold glass of water might not be as harmless as it seems, especially as we age. After a full night of rest, your body is in a gentle, quiet state. Your digestive system has slowed down. Your blood vessels have slightly narrowed to preserve warmth. Your heart rate is low, your core temperature is lower than usual, and your stomach is, for lack of a better word, asleep. The body is waking up, yes, but slowly, tenderly. It's like the morning sun rising, not flipping on a light switch. Now imagine pouring ice-cold water into that still, quiet system. Suddenly your stomach tightens, the muscles around it clench, your blood vessels constrict even more. It might feel like a jolt of energy, but it's not the kind of energy your body truly wants or needs first thing in the morning. What you're really doing is shocking your digestive system out of its natural rhythm. And over time, that gentle system begins to resist, sending signals like bloating, nausea, cramping, or even subtle headaches and shakiness. These reactions are even more common among older adults. As we age, our digestion becomes more sensitive. Our circulation slows. Our body loses some of the flexibility it once had to respond to extremes, hot or cold. That means what may have felt fine in your 40s or 50s could now leave you feeling uncomfortable or out of balance. Grace, a retired piano teacher now in her late 60s, shared her experience with me not long ago. For years, she started every morning with a tall glass of cold lemon water. She believed it helped wake up her voice, cleared her throat, and made her feel refreshed. But over time, she noticed something changing. Her hands stayed cold well into the morning. Her stomach felt tense after drinking, and her appetite began to fade. Sometimes she even skipped breakfast because she just didn't feel quite right. Her daughter, a nurse, gently suggested a change. "Mom, what if you tried drinking room temperature water instead? Just for a few days." Grace was skeptical. It seemed like such a small thing. But she agreed to try it. 1 glass, no ice, sipped slowly as she sat by her kitchen window. The difference was quiet but undeniable. Her stomach no longer tightened. Her hands stayed warm. Her appetite returned, and with it came a sense of balance she hadn't realized she'd been missing. "I didn't expect it to matter," she told me, "but it did. I feel like my mornings belong to me again." There's something powerful about the simplicity of this shift. When you drink warm or room temperature water, your stomach responds with ease. It doesn't have to tense up or defend itself. Your digestive system can move into action gently. Your blood begins to flow smoothly, not in response to a sudden shock. Your body isn't forced to adjust, it's allowed to awaken in its own time. And that's what hydration in the morning should be about. Not forcing yourself to wake up or shock your system, but allowing your body to return to its rhythm with care. With age, we don't need jarring awakenings. We need soft invitations. We need warmth. If you're someone who enjoys lemon in your water, keep it, but try it with warm or room temperature water instead. You'll likely feel fuller in a better way without the bloating. If you're someone who skips breakfast because your stomach feels off, try adjusting your water temperature and sipping slowly. Notice what shifts. This isn't about giving something up. It's about giving something back to your body, to your mornings, to your peace of mind. Grace now starts every day the same way, but with a quiet twist. No more ice, no more gulping. Just a warm glass of water, a moment to breathe, and a smile that says, I'm listening to what my body needs. And maybe that's the real message here, that small habits, when done with care, can make the biggest difference. That your body still has wisdom to share with you if you're willing to listen. So tomorrow morning, before you reach for that cold glass out of habit, pause. Ask yourself, what would feel gentle today? Then pour your water, sit down, and let that first sip be an offering of kindness. Because how you begin the day matters, and your body deserves to begin it in comfort, not shock. Mistake number 2, drinking too much water all at once. We've all heard that drinking water in the morning is good for us. It helps flush out the system, rehydrates our body after hours of sleep, and can even improve digestion and focus. But what many people don't realize, especially as we grow older, is that the way we drink that water matters just as much as drinking it at all. A common mistake I see again and again is this: waking up, filling a big glass of water, and drinking it all in one go. Some folks even drink 2 or 3 glasses right away, thinking they're doing their body a big favor. I've got to stay hydrated, they say. And while the intention is right, the effect can be quite the opposite. You see, your body doesn't wake up in an instant. It takes time to shift from deep rest into active function. Your organs, your muscles, your nervous system, they all need a moment to catch up. When you suddenly pour a large amount of water into your stomach, especially on an empty belly, your body doesn't absorb it the way you might expect. Instead of refreshing you, it can leave you feeling bloated, sluggish, or even dizzy. Let me tell you about Richard. He's 74 and used to be a mail carrier. A disciplined, thoughtful man, Richard prided himself on doing things the right way. After reading about the benefits of morning hydration, he began drinking 3 large glasses of water right after waking up. At first, he felt like he was doing something good, but not long after starting this routine, he began to notice something strange. His stomach would feel tight and uncomfortable. He found himself rushing to the bathroom all morning. Some days he even felt lightheaded and a little off balance. His wife, Martha, noticed too. She finally asked, "Do you think you're overdoing it with the water?" Richard shrugged. "It's supposed to be good for me." But the truth is his body was overwhelmed. Not because water is bad, but because the way he was drinking it was simply too much, too fast. As we age, our body becomes more sensitive to rapid changes. Drinking too much water too quickly can stretch the stomach, dilute important minerals like sodium and potassium, and overwork the kidneys. It can even affect your blood pressure or make you feel unsteady. For people taking medications such as diuretics or blood pressure pills, this kind of water overload can throw the body off balance more than we think. So what helped Richard? Something simple. He stopped treating water like a race. Instead of chugging down 3 glasses in a minute, he started with 1 small to medium glass of room temperature water. He sipped slowly over 5 or 10 minutes. Then he waited. If he still felt thirsty, he had another glass about 30 minutes later. Within just a few days, his bloating eased. He felt more grounded, and his morning bathroom visits became less urgent. He told me, "I didn't realize I was pushing my body when all it needed was for me to slow down." And really, that's the lesson here. Hydration isn't about volume, it's about rhythm. You don't need to pour in a gallon of water to be healthy, you just need to drink in a way that your body can use. Sipping water throughout the morning rather than all at once allows your system to absorb it properly. You stay hydrated without flooding your stomach. You give your kidneys time to do their job. And perhaps most importantly, you start your day with ease instead of strain. Some people find it helpful to keep a glass or small carafe of water at their bedside. That way they can take their first few sips before they even get out of bed. Others enjoy adding a slice of lemon or cucumber or a touch of honey to warm water. It adds a little flavor and helps the water go down more smoothly. However you choose to do it, the key is to be gentle. Don't force yourself to catch up on hydration all at once. Your body has its own quiet rhythm. And when you honor that rhythm, when you take care not to overwhelm it, you start to feel better, more balanced, more at peace. Richard told me, "I used to think being healthy meant doing more. Now I know that sometimes it means doing less, but doing it more mindfully." So tomorrow morning, take a breath before you reach for that tall glass. Pour a small one, sit down, sip slowly. Let the water welcome your body into the day, not rush it, because the way you begin your morning shapes everything that follows. And you deserve to start that day feeling nourished, not flooded. Mistake number 3, skipping water in favor of tea or coffee. Let me ask you something. What's the first thing you drink in the morning? If you're like many people I know, the answer is probably coffee or tea. Maybe it's a hot cup of black coffee, maybe green tea with a splash of honey. It's comforting, familiar, and helps you feel like the day has officially begun. But here's something you might not know. When coffee or tea becomes the first and sometimes the only thing you drink after waking up, your body may be starting the day in a mild state of dehydration. And over time, that quiet imbalance can take a toll. Now don't worry, I'm not here to tell you to give up your morning coffee. I enjoy a cup myself from time to time. What I do want to share is how important it is to drink water first, before that first sip of caffeine ever touches your lips. You see, after 7 or 8 hours of sleep, your body is naturally low on fluids. You haven't had a drink in all night, and your cells, your organs, even your brain are gently nudging you. I need water, not caffeine, not flavor, just water. When you reach for coffee or tea instead, what happens is that your body has to work even harder. Caffeine is a mild diuretic. It encourages your body to lose water through urine. That means instead of rehydrating, you might actually be drying yourself out a little more. This can lead to headaches, fatigue, muscle stiffness, and even that foggy feeling some people carry with them through the morning. Let me tell you about Dolores. She's 66 and has always been a creature of habit. Every day for the past 20 years, she started her morning with a cup of black tea. She believed it gave her energy, and maybe it did, but she also found herself feeling tired by mid-morning, struggling with dry mouth, and sometimes forgetting to eat breakfast because she just didn't feel quite right. It wasn't until a routine visit with her doctor that someone asked her, "How much water do you drink before your tea?" Dolores blinked. "None," she said. "I just go straight to the kettle." Her doctor smiled and gently suggested that she try 1 small glass of water. Nothing fancy, just before her tea. That small change made a big difference. Within a week, she noticed her mouth wasn't so dry, her head felt clearer, and her appetite returned. She still enjoyed her tea, but now her body was ready for it. It's not that tea or coffee is the problem. The problem is forgetting that your body needs plain water first. Water helps restart your system. It hydrates your muscles and joints. It helps your brain function more smoothly. It supports digestion and even makes it easier for your body to absorb nutrients from your breakfast later on. When you skip water and go straight to caffeine, you miss that chance to gently wake your body from the inside out. And if you continue skipping water through the morning, you might find yourself feeling stiff, low on energy, or even a little irritable without knowing exactly why. So what can you do? Start small. Keep a glass of water by your bedside or on the kitchen counter. When you wake up, sip it slowly before you do anything else. Even just 4 to 6 ounces can make a difference. Let your body absorb it before moving on to your tea or coffee. If you like, you can add a little lemon or a few drops of natural flavor, but plain water works beautifully. The goal isn't to replace your favorite drink. It's simply to give your body what it needs first, what it's quietly asking for after a long night of rest. Dolores told me later, I didn't know how thirsty I was until I started listening to my body again. Now I don't just feel awake, I feel well. That's what we're after, isn't it? Not just functioning, not just checking off a list, but feeling well, grounded, and truly ready for the day. So tomorrow, before you turn on the kettle or pour the coffee, pause for just a moment. Take a slow sip of water. Let that first drink be a quiet act of self-care. Because your body isn't asking for caffeine, it's asking for you to notice it. And when you do, everything else begins to flow a little more smoothly. Mistake number 4, not adding minerals or electrolytes if needed. Most of us grew up thinking that water is water, clear, plain, refreshing, and always good for you. And that's mostly true. But what many people don't realize, especially as they get older, is that sometimes water by itself just isn't enough. It sounds strange, doesn't it? But let me explain. As we age, our bodies go through quiet changes. Our kidneys don't hold on to minerals the way they used to. We may take medications like diuretics for high blood pressure or pills for heart conditions that make us lose fluids faster. And when we lose fluids, we also lose something else, the tiny but powerful minerals that help our bodies stay in balance. These minerals, things like sodium, potassium, and magnesium, are known as electrolytes. They may not get much attention, but they are essential. They help your muscles move. They keep your heart rhythm steady. They support your nerves and help you absorb water properly. Without them, even if you drink plenty of water, your body might still feel tired, crampy, or just off. Let me tell you about Samuel. He's 70, active, and always made hydration a priority. He drank his water faithfully morning, noon, and night. But still, something wasn't right. He started getting muscle cramps in his legs, especially at night. He felt lightheaded when standing up, and sometimes his energy would crash in the middle of the day. He mentioned it to his daughter, who's a nutritionist. She asked a simple question, "Dad, are you getting enough minerals in your water?" He laughed. "I don't put anything in my water. It's supposed to be pure." She gently explained that while purity is good, balance is better, especially for someone taking medications that cause extra fluid loss. So Samuel made a small change. A few times a week, he added a pinch of sea salt and a squeeze of lemon to his morning water. Nothing fancy, just enough to gently restore what his body was missing. The difference was quiet, but real. His cramps eased, his energy steadied, and as he said with a smile, "I finally felt like my water was doing something for me, not just running through me." Of course, this isn't about turning your water into some kind of fancy sports drink. It's about listening to your body and knowing when a little extra support might help. Not everyone needs added minerals, but for many older adults, especially those who take medication, sweat more than usual, or experience frequent fatigue, it can make a meaningful difference. If you're someone who often feels tired even after drinking water, or if you get muscle cramps, dry mouth, or feel dizzy when standing up, these might be quiet signs that your body is asking for more than just H2O. So what can you do? First, pay attention. Keep a simple journal of how you feel after drinking water. Notice if you're going to the bathroom too often, or if your mouth still feels dry after drinking. These are gentle clues from your body. Next, try small adjustments. Add a tiny pinch of natural sea salt and a squeeze of lemon to your morning water once or twice a week. If that feels good, you can continue. If not, adjust as needed. Coconut water, unsweetened and in moderation, can also be a natural source of electrolytes. And of course, always talk with your doctor if you have medical conditions that affect your kidneys or salt levels. This isn't about doing something extreme, it's about doing something thoughtful. What's beautiful about this approach is how little it takes to make a change. One small squeeze of lemon, one tiny pinch of salt, one moment of awareness. That's all. No expensive supplements, no new gadgets, just a quiet choice to support your body more fully. Samuel still drinks plenty of water, but now a few times a week he does it with intention. He thinks of it as a small gift to himself, not because something is wrong, but because after all these years, his body deserves the kind of care that goes just a little deeper. He told me at my age, I've learned that sometimes the little things are the most powerful. And I couldn't agree more. So tomorrow, as you pour your morning glass, pause for just a second. Ask yourself, not only am I drinking water, but is this water helping me feel steady, strong, and nourished? Because even something as simple as a sip of water can become a quiet act of healing when it's done with wisdom. Mistake number 5, drinking water too quickly or while standing. We often think of drinking water as something automatic. You feel thirsty, you grab a glass, and you drink. Simple, right? But as with many things in life, the way we do something can be just as important as the thing itself. And when it comes to hydration, how you drink matters, especially in the quiet hours of the morning. One of the most overlooked habits I've seen in older adults is drinking water too quickly or drinking while standing and rushing around. It may not seem like a big deal. After all, it's just a glass of water. But over time, this small habit can create a surprising amount of discomfort and in some cases, even risk. Let's look at what happens inside your body. When you drink water too fast, especially on an empty stomach, you're not giving your body a chance to process and absorb it gently. The water rushes into your digestive tract, creating pressure in the stomach. This can lead to bloating, a feeling of heaviness, or even nausea in some people. You might also feel a sudden urge to urinate because the body senses it can't handle that large amount all at once. Now imagine doing this while standing, maybe even while walking around the kitchen or getting ready for the day. Your body is in motion, your nervous system is slightly more activated, and the water doesn't get the calm reception it deserves. Instead of feeling nourished and refreshed, you might feel unsettled or oddly full. I remember speaking with Linda, a 71-year-old woman who always seemed to be on her feet. Even in retirement, she kept a busy routine gardening, caring for her grandkids, volunteering. She told me, I usually grab a glass of water while I'm making breakfast or tidying up. I drink it fast and get back to what I was doing. But lately she had been feeling uncomfortable in the mornings. Not sick, just off. Her stomach felt tight. She had trouble focusing, and she didn't understand why. We sat down and then looked at her routine, and that's when it clicked. Linda wasn't giving her body the space or time to receive what it needed. She was drinking water like a task to complete, not a moment to care. So she made a small change. She started pouring her water and sitting down at the table. She took a breath before drinking. She sipped slowly, sometimes with her hands wrapped around a warm mug. That 5-minute pause became a ritual, a gift. And to her surprise, her body responded. No more tight stomach, no more rushing to the bathroom, just a calm start to the day. She said, I didn't think it mattered, but now it feels like my whole system thanks me every morning. There's something deeply healing about slowing down. When you sit while drinking water, your posture supports your digestion. Your body feels safe and still. When you sip slowly, your cells absorb the hydration more efficiently. Your kidneys respond gently. Your stomach stays relaxed, and your nervous system, so often overstimulated, gets the message, you are safe and cared for. It's such a simple shift, but one that goes unnoticed because we're so used to doing things quickly. We forget that our body has a rhythm, and the more we honor that rhythm, the more balanced we feel throughout the day. So tomorrow morning, instead of grabbing your water and drinking it while standing at the counter or walking around, try this. Pour a small glass. Sit in a comfortable chair. Take a moment, maybe look out the window or say a quiet word of gratitude. Then sip slowly. Let the water be a beginning, not a chore, not a rush, but a welcome. This one small change, practiced daily, can transform not just how your body feels, but how your mind begins the day. Because at this stage of life, comfort is not a luxury, it's a need. And the way we drink, move, breathe, all of it matters more than ever. So let this be your new rhythm. Sit, sip, breathe, begin again gently. A new morning begins with you. So let's take a moment to reflect on what we've uncovered today. We began with something simple, just a glass of water in the morning. Something we've done for decades without thinking twice. But through each of the 5 common mistakes, we've seen how even this everyday habit can have a profound effect on how we feel, especially as we grow older. We learned that drinking ice-cold water first thing can send an unnecessary shock through the body. Instead of energizing us, it can tighten the stomach, chill the hands, and slow digestion. A warm or room temperature glass of water, taken slowly and with care, can awaken the body far more gently and more effectively. Then we explored the danger of drinking too much water all at once. While staying hydrated is essential, chugging large amounts right after waking can overwhelm our system. By sipping gradually over time, we give our body a chance to absorb and benefit from each drop. We also looked at how skipping water entirely in favor of tea or coffee may leave us even more dehydrated. That first cup of water sets the tone for the day. It nourishes your brain, your joints, your heart. And once you've taken that moment to hydrate, your tea or coffee becomes a pleasure rather than a substitute. Next, we consider the role of minerals and electrolytes. For many older adults, water alone may not be enough. When medications, diet, or age itself causes a loss of key minerals, even the clearest glass of water can leave us feeling empty. A touch of lemon, a small pinch of salt, or a bit of awareness may be all it takes to restore balance. And finally, we learn that the pace and posture of drinking matter too. Drinking water too quickly or while standing up can disrupt digestion and create tension in the body. Sitting down, breathing deeply, and sipping slowly can turn a simple glass of water into a small ritual of care, a grounding way to begin the day. Now you might be thinking, it's just water. Can it really make that much of a difference? Yes, it can. Because how we begin our mornings has the power to shape everything that follows. When you start with intention, when you choose gentleness over urgency, when you listen to what your body truly needs, you create the conditions for a day that feels more steady, more supported, and more alive. It doesn't require anything fancy. No new machines, no expensive powders, just awareness, presence, and a willingness to try something a little different. Maybe tomorrow morning you'll warm your water instead of adding ice. Maybe you'll sit instead of stand. Maybe you'll pause and sip slowly with the same care you'd offer someone you love. Because the truth is, you deserve that same care every single day. And if something in today's video helped you see your routine in a new light, I'd love to hear from you. Have you experienced any of these mistakes before? Do you have a morning hydration ritual that works well for you? Share your thoughts and stories in the comments below. Your voice may inspire someone else to make a small, life-giving change. If you have found this video helpful, I invite you to click the like button. It truly helps more people find our growing community. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. This is more than just a channel. It's a space for reflection, for learning, and for celebrating the strength and wisdom that comes with age. Together, we're building something meaningful, a community of people who are embracing this stage of life with honesty, courage, and grace. And we'd love for you to be a part of it. So until next time, take care of yourself. Start your morning gently, sip slowly, and remember, even the smallest habits can carry great power when done with love. You are not alone, and this journey, step by step, is ours to walk together.